What up, guys? It's Coach AD, and I'm back, and I'm here with a new story. I know it's been about a couple weeks, but I'm back, and I'm gonna try to get one out here for you guys. And today's story is my 34 right wife cheated and now is pregnant. So it's a 34-year-old man going with a 33-year-old woman, and he's saying she's cheated and now she's pregnant. This is from Reddit user ThrowRA98232, and this was 4 days ago. Okay, let's get into the story. It says, long story short, my 34-year-old wife, Anna, cheated on, well, 33, cheated on me. I don't know why. She says she doesn't know why either. Anytime I ask anything, it's just a river of tears. She says sorry and begs me to forgive her and forget it, but I can't. Nah, I can understand that. I mean, it is kind of something hard to forget, I will admit. But leaving hasn't been easy either. We have two boys together. She's my high school sweetheart. Our families are longtime friends and are still tight with each other. They've all urged me to stay for the kids, to forgive her since it was one time, to not give up all the good because of one bad. But the worst part is she's pregnant. I find out about the pregnancy from my mother as I had her blocked and wasn't living in the same house anymore. I demanded a paternity test. She readily agreed and swore she'd get rid of the child if it's not mine. She's had nothing but curse words for her affair partner, but then all she's done since getting caught, didn't confess, is curse the guy and herself and cry. Okay. I'm listening. So far to me, it's like here it go. You're cursing this dude. She's trying to act like he's a bad guy, but at the same time, you went out and more than likely had unprotected sex with him. And just off my opinion, so far reading is just she's just cursing and yelling at him now, probably because the guy probably never really wanted to be with her in the first place. But let's see what's going on. She's threatened to end herself. All she does is hug the boys and cry. Oh my goodness. I'm waiting on the results. I'll divorce her anyway, but she says the baby is for sure mine, that she slept with him once, whereas we've been intimate pretty much every night the duration of her affair. It lasted 2 months, I think. They met, talked, and slept only once, if I'm to believe her. I don't know why, but the idea of the child being mine disgusts me. It feels like she couldn't commit to anything, not to me nor the other guy. Why was she cheating if I was satisfying her? How is it that she wanted to talk about her feelings with some random man but not me? How was she sharing her deepest thoughts and feelings with this guy and being with me at once? How does that even work? Well, I'll put it like this. I mean, I don't have much information here about what's going on, but it could be something with her. This may not be the first time. It could be maybe something you're doing, or something you may not be doing. But let me read a little bit more. Let me see if I can find some more information. Regardless of the fact, though, it's still not right to cheat on someone like that and have a baby. And you said she never really confessed it, and now she just sits around and crying all day. So this is not really a good sign at all. What is she crying for? Because she got caught and she couldn't really keep the dude. You know. I know I'm drinking my coffee right now, guys. He says, let me go down a little bit. He says, I've always thought cheating was because you weren't being fulfilled by your partner at home. I've read all these stories of wives leaving their kids, denying affections to their husbands, making jokes at the husband's expense, ruining the man financially, etc. She's done nothing of the sort. She's still the best mother I could have hoped for my sons. Her they love her more than they love me. I know. She was still the same loving and giving woman I felt for a while she was being with the other guy. I saw her text, the one she hadn't deleted, and every other text is "I love my husband." Hmm. I don't understand. I can't make heads or tails of this situation. If I did give her a baby, am I expected to forget and move back in? What if I can't do that? It's easy hating a child now because that might be her APs. But what if it's mine and I still hate it? Yeah, I can understand how you feel. I can understand that. Well, one thing though is to just realize that this woman went out on and cheated on you. Even if you had kids and did all of this, it's something that happened that where she done lost interest. Something done went on, and now all of a sudden she feel like she can go mess around with someone else. It all depends. I know something. Sometimes this happens. This happens a lot. This happens to a lot of married people. You be with them for a while, things be going good. You have kids. Next thing you know, you find out they cheating on you. You gotta maybe look a little deeper in the situations and look maybe what type of man you were to this woman. Because I've seen women do this. They might have kids with the dude, but the whole time they are probably there for other reasons. Like what were you really doing for this girl? Like what was she really doing? I wish I had more information, but because it's like I can understand why. Because a lot of guys will question that, like, why would she go cheat on me? Why would she step out on me? Let's continue to read. And a whole text messages thing where you said, oh, she loved her husband and she was writing that to him. A lot of women just do that a lot of women do that, man. A lot of women like to even say ex-boyfriends, husbands, and then use that as a crutch, to get you other men all interest or that's not a good sign too. When women do that, just like if you go in a relationship with someone, I'm not finna sit there and talk to them about my exes or who I'm with and none of that. That's kind of disrespectful, but women like to do that to see how interested guys are, right? Like, oh, let me bring up this dude. Let's see how he reacts and what he does. Because a real man, if she was saying that to a real man wouldn't want to hear that shit. Like, I don't want to hear you talk about your husband or this and that or your exes or nothing that. I mean, a real man wouldn't be messing with you once he find out you do got a husband. A real man wouldn't mess with you at all, because he'll be like, man, man. Well, where are we at? Where are we at? He said, I genuinely don't know how to be without her. Our entire lives are interwoven. Some days I want to go back to the blissful ignorance I was living in. See, that right there kind of gives me a perception of your character because you feel like that you can't live without her, and that's not good. Like, it's good to have love for someone and this and that, but and you see, you saying she's a good mother, but here it go. How good is she really to you? And then the fact that you saying that you needing her in your life kind of makes me think a little bit like it's kind of might be you a little bit like, you might be needy. Are you a needy guy? And honestly, women don't really need like needy guys like that. That's always trying to be under them and always like, that's just coming off a little needy. But I'm not saying you may not love them, but that could be one of the problems right there. You know. I know a lot of times we do it out of love, but sometimes we got to realize how far are we going, and sometimes we got to see what the woman is really doing. And the DNA report takes a week, I believe. It's been 3 days. My sister, she visits Anna regularly. I'm angry about that too because she's only visited me twice. But yeah, watch your sister then. Right, she don't come see you, but then see her. That means she probably ain't much of your friend either. Says my wife just looks at her wedding photos and cries. We have a whole junk yard collection worth of pictures and memories. She begged me to go see her once. I am clueless of how to proceed. I wouldn't been so much easier if she had been a horrible woman for those 2 months that I could begin to look back and hate, but I can't. Life had been as normal and sweet as ever. I don't even have a bad memory of her. I can use to hate her. Our last big fight before this, I can't even remember. Okay, so he's like, wow, I've heard big stories. I understand what you're saying. Like, I've heard stories of women acting like this and doing this to their husbands, but she's not really doing that. So she's one of these type of girls that want to keep the house still stable and make things good, I guess. Because again, I do not fully know what she's doing now, and making things, I guess, stable, but she's still running out and cheating and not admitting about it and running around crying all day. Like, that's not really a sign too much of a good woman though. She's sitting there crying all day and all of this, and you ran out and was cheating. I feel like you're giving her a little bit more credit than what she deserves. That's what I think. Like, I think you think it's good, but I think it's, to me, it sounds like it could have been better. Because if it really was that good, she wouldn't be stepping out and cheating. This would have never happened. And I know it's hard to believe and understand because you got such a long history with this woman. But people change, things change. It could even be things that you've done that may have changed, and you may not even notice it. Sometimes as guys, we kind of forget the things we. Sometimes we get so caught up in stuff we forget the things that how we come off to other people and what we do. You know, sometimes we might fall back on certain actions, and it might make a woman upset and make her be like, I want something else. Yeah, we know it isn't right, but at the same time, you know, we got to be on our P's and Q's too. But at the same time, I still wonder what did she really do? I'm going to see her and my boys tomorrow. I think I'll ask her for the DNA test on them too. I know they're mine, but you never know. Maybe I'll do it just to hurt her. Maybe I'll find something and I'll just hurt myself more. But that feels so unfair of the boys. Just how do I make sense of this? I mean, that's up to you. I mean, there's nothing wrong if you want to go check the other two. Honestly, I would, just because in the fact that you found out that she was cheating during this one. So I would just do it. It's nothing disrespectful or anything. Because what if you really weren't these child's father? Wouldn't you want them to know who it really is? You know, but not saying that that's true. They could be yours, but just check it out. Edit. I called her. She was crying again, but agreed to meet with me. I told her I was going with divorce one way or the other, but whether we can ever reconcile a few years later or not fully depends on her honesty. She was crying and her voice sounded rough, but after a while she said she would tell me everything, so she does know why she did it. Right, question mark. So she does know why, right? She said she didn't at first, right? For some reason, she asked me to bring my sister along. My sister hasn't said anything either. I'm only praying my sister doesn't turn out to be an accomplice or something. In my mind, I'm thinking she is one because why she ain't saying nothing and why she ain't really there to help you, you know? And then you already said, oh, she's over there, but not really seeing you. She could be the same way. She didn't beg for forgiveness or say, think about our kids. After I told her how manipulative she's sounding, she seemed genuinely shocked to realize how she was holding me hostage with her threats. Does that mean something deeper? Are they actions of someone who has remorse? Edit. I talked to her. She showed me all the evidence and I found out which the man was. I am certain now that she was in fact assaulted. What do you mean? The evidence and I found out which the man was. I am certain now that she was in fact assaulted. How? However, Anna doesn't seem to think so. Right, I would think that either. Like, what do you mean she got assaulted? Like, here it go again. Like, if this real, I've seen this before too. But let's read. She says she didn't fight back and had goaded him, with which made him attack her. I cannot update because Reddit is being strange. I have decided to put everything on hold for now and just take her counseling. Nothing else until I get the paternity results on the baby. Thank you so much for all the advice. Hmm. Well, I'm gonna put it like this, man. What Anna is saying, I would agree. With Anna, I don't think she got assaulted. I hear women do this all the. That's like a woman saying, "I was drunk." Yeah, I was drunk. You know, I was assaulted. You see, she keep trying to remember. She never told you in the first place and hid it in the first place, which shows she don't want you to know. She know that you want to know and all of this, but honestly you should just give up even trying to want to know. The more you want to know, the more you're going to show her that you're weak and you care too much. See, this is what I was saying. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, at this point, I don't care if you got kids with her or not. If you find this out, none of that is even important. At this point, move on, get on. You know, I wouldn't even really go back to this woman. Cause it's like once a cheater, always a cheater. Like, if she'll do this before, 9 times out of 10, she'll string you along and go cheat on you again and hope next time that you don't find out about it. The fact that she got pregnant makes it even worse. The girl wasn't even trying to use safe sex. You know, she running around knowing she got a whole family with you, but then obviously having unprotected sex with other guys who she obviously was interested in. But she's going to tell you, oh, I was assaulted, when in reality, she wanted to be assaulted sexually, if you know what I mean. And I'm not talking about the real assault. Man, when you find out this paternity test, I know this is gonna be upsetting too if the child is yours. If it's yours, but it's like you don't want this. And my best advice to you, sir, is you see how hurtful and how painful this was, right? To find this out and to go through this, right? And you see all the questions and what's going on. My advice is don't let this happen to you again. Move on. I know it sucks. Things happen. And try to just better yourself too. I think you need to work on just just being more realistic about things in yourself and more caring for yourself. Put more care and appreciation to yourself and show that you are somebody. When you asking questions and worried about another man and what's going on and all of that, it's not important. That's why she's getting on the phone constantly crying with you, because she wants you to just feel sorry for her when she knows she done wrong. A lot of times when women know they do wrong, they just get the busting out in tears and hoping you feel bad for them. Don't fall for that. And then the fact she wants to say, "Oh, I got assaulted," but didn't say she didn't know why at first. So this is really telling me this is manipulation. And it's telling me right now in my mind that if you do talk back to her again, and even if things go back great to how they was, I really do got that feeling she's gonna do it again. She's gonna do it again. Except this time when she do it, she gonna really hope hard you don't find out about it. And nobody wants to go through that hurt, right? And that pain again. It's something to definitely think about, but something definitely to move on forward to. It don't. There's always better out there for you. Don't get too caught up in someone that isn't treating you right. You know, don't get too attached to that, because that's why she probably cheating on you now. And that's true too. Some women don't care, but then some women are like that. Some women only cheat when they know a dude ain't gonna leave. They know, oh, he's still gonna want me back. When they know you gonna leave and move on and get better, they have to kind of stop their ass from cheating, unless they don't care about losing you. But even if some did, that might make them change their mind. Like, oh shit, he act like he don't care about me no more. And you shouldn't. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Definitely gonna try to work more on this one. Hope y'all enjoyed this one. Coach AD. Please hit the cash out, which is in the description below. It really helps me out a lot. And peace out, everybody.